Hey, I'm Sam from Barn2, and in today's tutorial, I'm going to walk you through how to set up 5 different login methods for your WooCommerce store, ranging from a completely public store with guest shopping all the way to a completely private store with logins for customers and everything in between. It's my goal today to show you how to set things up just the way you want them to be. Now, I'm not interested in wasting your time today, so if you already know what you need, I'm going to put the time codes on screen now for you to jump to straight away. Like I said, there are 5 different methods to cover. Number 1, adding user login to your WooCommerce store. 2, making users log in before purchasing. 3, restricting specific products and categories to logged in users. 4, hiding your entire store from logged out users. And 5, sending your customers WooCommerce auto login links. Okay, still with me? So let's dive in. First up, we have option number 1, creating a public WooCommerce store with guest checkout. This is far and away the most popular setup for a WooCommerce store to have. Anyone can browse your products, and there's no hidden WooCommerce content. Customers can buy products as a guest without having to log in, or they can optionally create an account as they're checking out. If you haven't set this up yet, here's a quick guide. Log into the WordPress dashboard and navigate to WooCommerce, Settings, and Accounts and Privacy up here. Under Guest Checkout, you'll see a box with the label Allow Customers to Place Orders Without an Account. Make sure this box is ticked, and this will allow customers to check out as a guest. Now, there's an alternative you may consider here. If you like, you can prevent customers from creating accounts entirely. To do this, make sure these 2 boxes are unchecked. Allow customers to create an account during checkout and allow customers to create an account on the My Account page, effectively disallowing any account creation at all. So that's how you can set up your page for no logins. But now let's flip the script a little and show you option number 2, public WooCommerce store with mandatory customer accounts. If you want to make user accounts compulsory, there are a few things you need to set up on your site beforehand. First, make sure you have added a register or login page to WooCommerce by searching for My Account in your list of pages. If it's not there, you can create one very quickly using the shortcode WooCommerce_my_account. Then we can use this as our login page for the next steps. So here's how the login or register form works. Guest users will see the WooCommerce login form, possibly with a registration form. To include the registration form on the login page, go to WooCommerce, Settings, Accounts, and make sure these boxes here under Account Creation are checked. Logged in users will see their account page with their order history, profile, and other information. You can add the WooCommerce My Account shortcode anywhere on your website to create additional login forms. And it's a good idea to link to it from your main menu or shop menu. There are other plugins available to help you do this, such as Sidebar, Login, and WooCommerce Signup or Login Lite. These let you create more complex WooCommerce login forms. However, you only need these extra plugins if the basic shortcode is not enough for you. Bonus tip. If you want to control where customers are redirected to after their login, try Peter's Login Redirect. It's easy to set up, and we've used it on plenty of our clients' websites. If you want to force customers to create an account when they go through the checkout, then you'll need these settings. Go back to WooCommerce, Settings, and Accounts and Privacy, and make sure the first box here under Guest Checkout is unchecked. Now, this settings page has several other options, such as whether to include a registration form on the checkout page and whether to automatically generate customer login usernames and passwords. Now, let's talk about social logins. Most customers on e-commerce stores these days prefer to log in using their social media profiles, such as Facebook, Google, etc. Because this is the preference for many customers, I'd highly recommend you set it up on your own store if you're going to require customers to be logged in at all. Now, to add this to your site, I do recommend the official WooCommerce Social Login plugin. Once you purchase the plugin, follow the instructions in the knowledge base to enter your license key and set it up. Unfortunately, there's a potential for some unusual behavior to happen when you add social login, so I recommend thoroughly testing this before you make it live on your site. In other words, you want to try and break it by logging in as many different ways as you can And if you have an issue, you need to send a report to the WooCommerce support team. Social login is a great idea, but it does need this extra layer of testing and checking. Otherwise, you can run into some very confusing situations where people can be logged in, or they forget that they're already logged in, but they log in again and their accounts are all mixed up. So just be careful about that when you're trying to set this up. Moving on to option number 3, we're moving from more public stores to more private ones, but there are some options in between that are very easily provided by the WooCommerce Protected Categories plugin from Barn 2. This plugin creates a login portal where different customers can see different products, locking down one or more of your product categories so that no one else can see them. Customers must log into WooCommerce with the correct credentials to see the products inside their portal. So this plugin is perfect for protecting items with a password, but still displaying them on your public-facing store. Or on the flip side, you can choose to hide certain products from all the public customers, and only logged in users will be able to see it. Finally, you could even hide your entire store with this plugin, but more on that in the next section. Now, we do have other videos and our knowledge base to teach you how to do the installation and setup of this plugin in more detail, which are always linked below. So I'll just give you a very quick guide today. First, you need to get the plugin from barn2.com. Then you can install and activate the plugin here on your plugins page, obviously clicking Add New, Upload Plugin, and adding the zip file here. Then once that's installed, you're going to go to Settings, which you can also get to under WooCommerce, Settings, and Products. You're going to make sure your license key is added and active. Then you're going to change any settings that you like, such as customizing the text on the password login page and whether to hide protected categories from the public areas of your store. Now go to Products and Categories. Now you'll see a new visibility section has been added for each of your categories, and you'll need to update the protection in the visibility section down here from public to protected. And you can choose password protected, enter as many passwords as you like, or you can secure it by user roles, such as the wholesale, gold, or you can also secure it by specific users. You can mix and match all the types of protection, and when you are ready, hit Save Changes. And finally, of course, test your new plugin on the product categories that you wanted to protect and make sure they're working just how you want them to. Maybe you can send the link to a friend and make sure that they can't log in without a password. All right, now it's time to talk about creating an entirely private store. For a simple but effective way to create a completely private store, we've created the WooCommerce Private Store plugin, also from Barn 2. Now, the setup is similar to the last plugin, so you just need to follow a very similar set of steps. And once you have installed the plugin and activated it, you can visit the settings, make sure your license key is active, and you can set up the store with several passwords. You can set up how long those passwords are valid for, and you can change the page title and message that customers will receive when visiting your private store. Once you're ready, you can save those changes. And now when you want to visit your store, you'll be greeted with a login page. And when I enter the correct password, I'm allowed in and I can start shopping just like a normal customer. You can also use this setting here to automatically unlock the store for logged in users. And from there, you can also hide the login form so that only logged in users can access your store. Your WooCommerce content will also be blocked from search engines. So like I mentioned, it's a simple and effective way to hide your store from the public. Now, last but not least, option number 5, WooCommerce auto login by URL. If you're looking for an easier way for your customers to be able to log into your store, you can use a specific URL for each of those customers. WordPress and WooCommerce auto login plugins provide a dynamic link that automatically logs customers into their accounts. This saves customers having to remember their usernames and passwords. All they're going to need here is just the URL that you sent them. For full instructions, check out our separate guide that I've linked below in the description. But in any case, I hope that was helpful. Thank you so much for watching all the way through this video. If you need any more help, the full write-up is on our blog and is linked below in the description. And finally, if you want to level up your WooCommerce store even more, you might want to finally learn how to use shortcodes. which is why I made this guide for you right here.